Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, or by leaving multiple comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. There was not, oddly, weirdly enough, any real price news kind of floating around. For those of you not looking at the screen, the only real price news that there was, it says Bitcoin price recovery tops out at $35,000 as billionaire Mark Cuban brands gold useless as an inflation hedge. So apparently a couple of hours ago, Mark Cuban went onto Twitter and was basically telling everybody that Bitcoin is better than gold. And that's nearly all the price news. So we knew that Mark Cuban was already into Bitcoin. We knew that Bitcoin was already better than gold. But this is it. This is what we apparently needed to hear. At the same exact time, the price of Bitcoin is currently down by around 1.4%, give or take a couple of percentage points. The altcoins, luckily, have not fallen down, especially everything within the top 10, at least at the time of me making this video. Everything is up. It looks very nice to see. Bitcoin, for some reason, is down. It has one of those really weird, like jumpy. I was gonna say roller coaster. That's not even it. It's like a bouncy whatever thing that Bitcoin keeps going through. But the altcoins are not doing that at all. They're kind of just moving up. Some of them, of course, doing better than others. It says Cardano and Dogecoin spike 6% as Bitcoin struggles at $33,000. I think at this point, it's just necessary. It's time for the market to start going back up. Everyone, I'm sure, is quite fatigued with hearing that Bitcoin has dropped and therefore they know that their coins have dropped. We've had certain other situations and instances before in the cryptocurrency market where Bitcoin has not moved, but altcoins have done extremely well. So let's hope that we are moving back into that situation. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. That's all the price news that we have right now. Billionaire Mark Cuban says Bitcoin is better than gold. I was completely unaware. I'm really glad he said that because how would we have known otherwise? Anyway, that's all the price news. Let's move on. Now we're going to get some really weird news kind of back to back, but once again, this ties into the, of course, this is just how things are news. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, I assume that's not Lumens. Lummis said that she is really excited about the low price of Bitcoin and is planning to buy the dip. She said, as soon as it drops a bit more, I'm going to buy some more. The senator believes Bitcoin is a great store of value. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming commented on the falling price of Bitcoin on Tuesday. In an interview with Fox Business, she was also asked how she felt about Bitcoin's price falling below 30K. She said, I'm really excited because as soon as it drops a little more, I'm going to buy some more. She then shared a story of another investment she made previously. She said, my favorite stock that I own is a company called United Rentals. Okay, I bought it and it dropped like a rock. I held on to it and it has performed beautifully over the years for me, and I see Bitcoin doing the same kind of thing because the fundamentals are good. We keep getting really weird news like this all the time that someone has bought as prices are dropping. And once again, now this is just my brain. Keep in mind that most people who are brand new to the market are typically not excited when prices drop. The people who get excited when Bitcoins in the cryptocurrency market prices drop are people who've been here for a while. Just me hinting that she's probably been in the space for a couple of years right now. And once again, just kind of to keep in your mind, if she's buying, her friends are probably buying. This was also quite popular news. I'm not sure if it's because she's a U.S. senator. That's probably one of the reasons why. But once again, the rich people are buying up all the Bitcoin. So I just thought I'd throw that out there because for some reason people keep forgetting that that's happening. And every single time the prices drop, whales keep buying up everything. And then for some reason, everyone's like shooketh that it took place. So that's the Cynthia Lummis is excited about Bitcoin's price dropping because she plans, like she explicitly said, I plan on buying more. So just going to throw that out there. Anyway, that's the U.S. Senator news. Let's move on. Also, don't even have to read through this one. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says, following the dump below $30,000, Bitcoin whales are accumulating. Like I said, don't even have to read any more of it. So this always happens every single time. I hope this isn't a surprise to any of you. I've actually seen a lot of people in the comment section and also on Twitter and other places, especially on Instagram as well, basically saying like, the prices have dropped. I can't wait to buy more. I have a friend of mine who basically plans on accumulating. Hello, friend, who plans on accumulating for the next couple of years in rapid succession, I would say. I think everyone knows that any type of drop that we do have is always temporary. These things aren't going to last forever. The Bitcoin integration machine is still going. We have all these people who are still accumulating. Even as prices continue to drop, they're just getting Bitcoin at a much cheaper price than they would have gotten it at before. So just keep in mind, whenever prices drop, whales don't panic. Rich people don't panic. This is not financial advice. They simply accumulate more because they know what's going on. So it's kind of a shame as well, because it's all the brand new people, a couple of months, who get into the market and then they end up getting shooken. I think shooken's a word. I shooken the bacon. No, wait. Shooken, whatever, and rattled, shooken. They get rattled out of the market and then they kind of lose their position and they will probably never get that position back in the market again. Anyway, that's whales keep buying because they are probably orchestrating the drops themselves to be able to get more Bitcoin. And let's move on. Next up, also an unsurprising news, is just simply that we haven't had news like this for a while. It says a report from Israel-based Globes stated that the Apex Bank of Israel plans to internally test its upcoming digital shekel on the Ethereum blockchain. According to a report, Ethereum is the first blockchain platform to host computer programs commonly known as smart contracts. What? Which allow users. That's not relevant at all. Why would they have that in there? While the central bank is yet to give an official statement concerning this development, a report from the Jerusalem Post has revealed that the deputy governor of the central bank, Andrew Abir, stated that the Bank of Israel has already run a digital currency pilot. He made this disclosure during a recent conference of the Fair Value Forum of IDC Herzliya. Per the report, the Bank of Israel was able to complete a pilot in an experimental closed environment based on the Ethereum architecture, which involved the trial issuance of tokens representing digital shekels and their transfer between digital wallets. So backing up, this is, yet another country who is announcing that they are in the central bank digital currency space. I think the surprising part might be for a lot of other people, especially if you are relatively new to the cryptocurrency space, is that they are doing it on Ethereum. And I say we haven't gotten news like this for a while. I guess maybe they were like, shh, stop telling everybody. Is because nearly every major country at some point announced that they were going to be building things on top of Ethereum, placing things on top of Ethereum, writing laws on top of Ethereum to have them like solidified inside the actual blockchain. I think the major ones were Brazil. We had Russia. I think we had India. I don't know. There were like 5 or 6 different countries. I can't remember all of them. The significant part was that even years ago, before we had the entire El Salvador thing, that with them adopting Bitcoin, countries were already adopting Ethereum's blockchain and writing and doing things on top of it. So if at any point, I don't, how do I say this? I would be shocked if any country made their digital currency on top of an open permissionless blockchain, simply because I assume as a government and a central bank that they want complete control over every single monetary aspect of their money. So the point is, Ethereum is being used at least for this. Here's the actual article right here. I cannot read this, but it has a picture of the Ethereum coin, so one can only assume that it's based off of the same thing that we were just talking about. Yeah. It's abundantly clear that crypto is here to stay, that crypto is here for the long term. I think a lot of people still are going to be very shocked. I forgot what the story was I heard yesterday. I don't remember. It's very foggy in my head right now. It was something along the lines of like people who didn't pay attention to like the first like 10 years of the internet. They were like, oh, okay, it's kind of cool. I don't really need an email address. I don't have to use websites. I still have a newspaper. And then you kind of get to that point where they finally get into the internet, but they're still like far behind like all the new developments and things that are happening within the space. So there are just so many people who really, this doesn't even flicker anything in their mind when they hear that a central bank is using Ethereum, or that another country is accumulating Bitcoin, or another country has allowed Bitcoin to be legal tender. It goes completely by them, but these are the late adopters, and it sounds kind of sad, but we need these people in order to get to the really high Bitcoin and Ethereum prices, because they are going to be these stragglers. So anyway, that's the Israel is using Ethereum news, and let's move on. Next up, in unsurprising news, but it was bound to happen, blockchain investment firm QR Capital's Bitcoin exchange traded fund started trading on the Brazil Stock Exchange yesterday. In March, the Brazil Securities and Exchange Commission approved QR Capital's Bitcoin ETF to trade on the Sao Paulo-based B3 exchange under the ticker QBTC11. The Bitcoin ETF will give investors exposure to Bitcoin with safe custody, daily liquidity, without worrying about private keys, said the firm. QR Capital CEO Fernando said the arrival of Bitcoin in the stock market is an historic moment for the cryptocurrency and conventional financial market as well. So this is another country who now has a Bitcoin ETF listed on their stock exchange. You know how I feel about the US SEC and them taking forever and a day to be able to do this, but here's the actual other article from earlier this year when they actually approved that these were going to be happening. It's kind of not. Listen, I'm not mad at them at all. I'm kind of actually relieved that other countries aren't explicitly following directly in the footsteps of the U.S. when it comes to things like this, because before, what we saw a lot of years ago, especially around 2017, 18. Yes, around that time frame. Anything that the U.S. said about the cryptocurrency market, every country followed. There was no real question. If the U.S. said it was dangerous, the next week another country said dangerous. But now we have every country's. I assume their politicians and their billionaires behind the scenes have been like, no, we're going to launch one of these things, because this is also a way for these funds to also accumulate Bitcoin. They usually 9.9 out of 10 times when they have a Bitcoin ETF, that fund is collecting Bitcoin. So anyway, pretty cool. Good for them. I was going to say I hope it works out, but I know that it's going to work out. So yeah, let's move on. In news that really excites me, and I know for a lot of people, they're going to be like, don't really care. The London Hardfork, also known as EIP 1559, is set to go live on the Ropsten testnet network. I think this has already happened. The launch of Ropsten is the first of 3 proposed testnets. The London upgrade is set to debut before the mainnet launch. The mainnet launch for this upgrade is slated for July. At a date the Ethereum Foundation will announce once the testnet forks successfully. So we have 3 testnets that are going to be activating on the Ethereum testnet before they happen on the actual mainnet. It is meant to happen within the next couple of weeks. At this point, we are probably around 4 weeks, if not less than 4 weeks from this completely going live. This is the coin burn. I know there are other things in this upgrade. I know, blah, 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 blah. But the only one that people really care about is the coin burn. As transactions are happening, a portion of the transaction fee will be burned. And because there are so many transactions happening on Ethereum every single day at any given time, it will make the coin officially deflationary. So yeah, basically it's countdown time. Like I said, the idea that it's launching on the testnet, or has launched, is not going to excite a lot of people. They're going to go, yay, testnet. It's more of a like, this is finally moving forward. I have seen Ethereum since around like 2015, 2016 when it was first proposed or came to be, yada, yada. And we were supposed to have had a lot of these upgrades in 2017, 2018, 2019, and now we're finally getting them. So it's kind of like a really big moment to see all this really taking shape. I'm excited. Everyone else should be, but that's not how excitement works. Anyway, that's the Ethereum Hardfork is on its way news. Let's move on. Next up, the Bitcoin Fund A Canadian close-ended Bitcoin investment fund became the first of its kind to trade in the Middle East after being listed on the Nasdaq Dubai. This was reported by Bloomberg. With the Middle East listing, the fund intends to allow trading of its shares around the globe around the clock, according to the prospectus. The fund aims to provide its unit holders with exposure to Bitcoin and the daily Bitcoin price movement in US dollar terms, as well as the opportunity for long-term capital appreciation, but the fund does not hedge US dollar exposure back to the Canadian dollar. Moreover, the Canadian fund applies a HODL mentality to its Bitcoin funds and does not speculate on the short-term movements of the Bitcoin to US dollar price. The nice part, once again, all of these funds are buying up Bitcoin and they're holding the Bitcoin. We get a lot of, and I'm sure they do this on purpose. You have to kind of let people know that they're not doing it for a short-term kind of thing. That they're not simply buying these things to speculate on the short-term movements of the market. The idea is you keep buying Bitcoin, you keep accumulating Bitcoin until there's no more Bitcoin left for you to accumulate. But you've been accumulating for so long, you have leagues, gigantic more than billions of other people on the planet. That's also a conversation that I'm terrified of us having in the coming years. For those of you who do not know, once again, if Bitcoin was evenly divided amongst all people on the planet, that would be 0.003 Bitcoin for everyone. However, there are tons of people who have a Bitcoin, who have 5 Bitcoin, who have 45 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin. There's a company that has, I think, 100,000 Bitcoin. So you understand how it's going to get quite difficult for billions of people on the planet to have any Bitcoin at all. Anyway, so once again, the good news keeps on coming out. All this good movement within the cryptocurrency space. There's an ETF in Brazil that is accumulating Bitcoin and Bitcoining on their stock exchange, and now there's a Middle East Bitcoin fund as well. And those funds will continue to accumulate Bitcoin, especially when prices drop. Let's move on. Also, in very big news, Binance has finally launched their NFT Marketplace, and the big news that's kind of all over the world right now is that they're launching NFTs with Andy Warhol and Salvador Dali. Not really sure how they're doing that, but I know I understand that people have the rights. I'm not a complete idiot, but yeah, these are some of the works that are going to be happening. Of course, every single NFT marketplace ends up trying to launch with like mega big names on their platform in order to get people really excited about everything that's going on. But yeah, that's what's happening. I do still plan on launching my NFTs. Here's the actual platform right here. I plan on actually doing it on Binance NFT simply because their fees are just going to be absolutely nothing. I tried doing it before on website. I forgot the website's name. And their fees were like $27, and I even tried to like mint something, and I think they charged me $150 to be able to start minting, and then I wasn't able to create anything. So I will be doing it on Binance NFT's platform whenever they allow normal people to do it, because they're still not allowing everyday normal people to have to be able to create on here. Anyway, I was waiting for this. I'm sure some other people were waiting as well. Yeah, let's move on. Next up, Ark Invest bought more than 1 million shares of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust and about 250,000 shares of Coinbase on Tuesday, according to a report after the price of Bitcoin hit its lowest level in months. Is everyone paying attention? Every single time prices drop, we keep getting news that these rich people keep buying more. Not only are they not afraid, they seem almost elated every single time that prices drop. Bitcoin fell below $30,000 yesterday for the first time since January as China anticipated. Whatever. I don't believe any of that actual news. I think it was all orchestrated, but that's also my tinfoil hat. The New York-based firm, which offers 8 EFTs in the US of A, added the Grayscale shares to its Ark Next Generation Internet ETF ARKW and the Coinbase shares to the Ark Innovation ETF ARKK, according to Markets Insider. So, yes, they bought a huge amount of Grayscale stock or shares in Grayscale, which gives them the exposure, if you will, to Bitcoin. And there's a lot of people, we didn't go over it that much because it was, who cares? The stocks based on cryptocurrency companies fall quite hard when the cryptocurrency market also falls. But there was one, it's not this woman. There was somebody else who mentioned before that they were waiting for the stock to actually drop a lot lower. This is Coinbase stock, they mean, because they planned on buying up a huge amount of it. The idea is that as our space continues to do very well and Bitcoin's price continues to rise up, therefore the stocks will also do the exact same thing. And I guess she's understanding or thinking or believing that the value of a Coinbase stock is currently undervalued. And it says the firm's CEO has said that they believe that Bitcoin could hit $500,000 over the long term. I even think that's a low number. So, yeah. Here's the actual, I believe this is the Market Insider thing. Kathy Wood's Ark Invest ETF loads up on Coinbase and Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as crypto collapsed. Because they know something everybody else doesn't know. They know that the prices are going to go back up. That's what they know. Alrighty, let's move on. And to finish things off, for some reason, this is also news. Billy Marcus, one of the co-creators of the meme-inspired Dogecoin, has on social media revealed that after 8 years of vowing never to buy crypto again, he decided to invest in the cryptocurrency he helped create. Wow. Marcus's tweet came after a wide cryptocurrency market crash that affects most top crypto assets and especially severe on Dogecoin. Andrew said, okay, I guess that was another talking about Elon Musk. So, for some reason, now hear me out here, a lot of the people who created Dogecoin kind of left the market and left the cryptocurrency space. I'm not really sure why. I think these people could be like at least worth $500 million right now, but to each their own, as the saying goes. And the news being 8 years. Why would you vow to never get into crypto again? Wasn't it like 2013? Was it that serious? And also to now come back into Dogecoin. Is he being paid in Dogecoin? Like, is he getting like a, $20,000 a month salary and is being paid in Doge? And that's why he's like, okay, I'll collect Dogecoin again. I don't know. This was very popular. I think so. For Dogecoin's price, I think at least at the time right now is actually up. I would be terrified if Dogecoin was up because this man got back into the cryptocurrency space. Not because he's a bad person, but it's more like coins keep rising on really weird news. Did we need to know that one of the co-creators got back into it and therefore that's why the price can rise? Anyway, that's the Dogecoin news. We had a lot of people, and we get a lot of, I don't know how rich this person is, but we get a lot of rich people basically saying, I'm never getting into crypto. And then 3 years later, they get into crypto. They're like, I'm not missing out on this. And it's, sure, why not? Well, I hope him and his dog have a lot of fun and they make money together as best they can. Anyway, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump, Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, The Letter M, Stefan Dirks, Not Brain Captain, Something in the Z-Way, Lake, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shasho, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grole, Lauren De Silva, Quarterbitty, Barebones Mining, Troy, Olga, Space Casey, The Miracle, Pat Nasser, Conan Oskib, Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Suspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Narvara Williams, David James, Attila Dahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin, Stroyer, Nostromo, John Sarsen, the Anna Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Moha Maroni, Massive Ventures and Talent, Jarvis Hunter, Wana Owl, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie, Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick, Manji, Alavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, His Chest, Everyday, and Cowskips, Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bottom, Botface, Instant Fitness, Muscular Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, and Macho Nisa, on Crypto with Lionel, Crayola, Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for all of your continued support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment or comments, who has subscribed. I've seen a lot of new subscribers, a couple thousand over the last couple of days. I do thank thee. Thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel in their own way. I do thank all of you at the moment. Bitcoin is down by 2.2%. Ethereum is down by 2.8%. Binance Coin is up by 4%. Cardano is up by 6%. Dogecoin is up by 10%. XRP is up by 2% as well. It is nice to see other coins in green. I feel like Bitcoin's getting some type of a major movement upward. It looks like it's really just gearing up to move. They're like these really weird dips that keep happening, but we recover a couple of hours later, which means that these dips are absolute nonsense. I think the other coins also know this as well, and this is why they're already moving up, because it appears that Bitcoin is going to attempt to try and hit 40,000 again, which once again, there's no reason why we should not be there, because there's nothing really holding the market back at this point. Litecoin is up by 2%. Anything else crazy? Ethereum Classic is up by 5%. Tron is up by 16%. Living on a prayer. Filecoin is up by 8%. Clay is up by 28%. OKB is up by 6%. EOS is up by 4%. Shiba Inu. Oh, poor Shiba Inu. It's up by 0.95, but it's not. Crypto token is up by 4%. Anything else crazy? No. Huobi token is up by 7% as well. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.